Join us as we embark on a nearly 200-mile passage, taking us from the capital of the Bahamas back to southern Florida. We are Paige and Daniel, traveling with our Great Dane Winston aboard our 38-foot catamaran. It has been 4 months since we left Florida to begin our first Bahamas adventure, where nearly 800 miles have passed under our keels. We approach the end of this adventure when we point our bows east for an overnight sail to bring us back to the States.
All right, so we are getting ourselves ready. It is a little after 6 in the morning, and but first before we go, we gotta have some coffee. We're gonna make some coffee and have it on the go. I believe Daniel already did some engine checks and everything was looking good. So I guess we got to get everything buttoned up. Coffee poured, engines on, and wait for. But first, we gotta wait for a little bit of daylight. Anything, baby?
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. All right. So one of the things I'm trying to do before we leave today is kind of prep for what we are going to want to eat while we're on the way, so we're not down below digging through our food storage. So I've grabbed some soups and some biltong or beef jerky so that we can have some snacky snacks and easy food stuff to put together while we're underway.
Oh, we got our first sips of coffee in us. Instruments are on. Winston's gone potty as much as he's going to do that for right now. Yeah, I think we're just about ready. We're just kind of waiting on a little bit more sunlight just to get out of here.
All right, we're going to get off this anchor and head out. Daniel says no red skies this morning. It looks great. Taking off the Grover. There we go. Honestly, guys, I am really sad that we're leaving the Bahamas. And some of you would be like, well, of course. This has been a season of highs and lows. And so some of the lows have left me saying, man, I don't like the Bahamas. But man, the highs are just so amazing. There are some things that I'm looking forward to once we get back to the States that we can't have or do while we're in the Bahamas. Like, I want a pillow. Okay, that is like high priority for Paige here. That's going to be one of the first things we do is buy me a pillow for my birthday. That's how you know I'm old. I'm excited about a pillow on my birthday. We got the sails up, and I don't know, this is like some really serious, it's just rocking. It's not really rough conditions, it's just a lot of rocking. So I'm starting to get a little woozy. Figured we try to get ahead of it, and I'm going to lay down, see if I can go to sleep. Maybe I should put on one of those things that shocks my wrist and chew on some ginger gum. I don't know, but I'm just going to lay down for a few minutes and see if I can subside this woozy feeling. Daniel has the helm.
As per usual.
yeah, there was no sleeping with me just having coffee and being all rested and ready to go. So I do have some snacks. Got some snackies. Woo! To help settle my tummy. And then I have this little like zap my wrist band going on. And I put some oil on my forehead. See what else am I doing to try to mitigate wooziness. The next thing, I think I can try putting a ear plug in one ear. I've heard that's helpful, so I'll try that next.
So learn how to fly this thing.
We're really trying to figure out when we should douse it.
Yeah, the wind keeps, as we go through the waves and the wind moves, everything is just being difficult.
You can't really fly her when she's going 180 degrees downwind.
Yeah, no, it's not a direct down, it's not a symmetrical spinnaker. So about 150 apparent is as much as we can fly it. So.
And we don't really want to change our course either.
No, this is a good course. Taking where we want it to go. I don't also want to take it down and then fly the jib because it's a really, really small sail and we're going to lose a lot of speed. All right, well, we went ahead and dropped the spinnaker. The wind's just gotten too light and shifty, and they're shifting around behind us, and asymmetrical spinnakers are not made to fly directly downwind, so it was just getting all unhappy. And so we just went ahead and brought it in. We lost about 3 knots, so what do you do? So we're still going, and we're going to roll out the head sail here in a bit as soon as Paige finishes cleaning up the mess that is the spinnaker.
Yeah, so I'm cleaning up this mess. As soon as I get this cleaned up, we're gonna get the head sail out. Almost there. Don't judge. Don't judge. The more we do it, the more efficient we will become.
And now for some thrilling head sail unfurling action.
Thrilling.
All right, little sailing trigonometry. Our ideal course has us pointed right at a cut. Problem is the wind is also directly behind us pointed at that ideal cut. So what we've done is we've turned up into the wind a little bit in order to keep our head sail and mainsail more full, thereby increasing our speed. Now that will take us off our ideal shortest track, but then we'll also be higher against our cut than we're supposed to be, so then we'll jibe back over, and that'll also keep our speed up. We were putzing around, in the 4s and such like that, but now we're in the low 5s.
Of course, we changed our course to about 150 degrees off our shoulder, so I'm curious if Daniel checked for rocks and other obstacles along our track.
I didn't, because our current depth is 7,000 feet.
I don't think he's going to.
No.
This is how we fight these days. We fight through you guys. We're not really fighting.
Well, okay. If you would like to see, we're going to stay on this course until we get to a depth of probably 2,500 feet. And then we're going to turn and make a shot right for the channel, at which point I have already checked that area for rocks. So I didn't think that checking for rocks right now was prudent.
Very well. Very well.
Close your eyes, hear the voice within, calling. This heavy load got under your skin, howling. You got the white knuckles holding on the tight, keeping your feelings bottled up in
about 6:30. We have been on the move for a little over 11 hours now and covered about 65 miles. And probably start our shift rotation here in a bit.
Daniel and I are currently arguing is a strong word, but discussing who's going to take the first nap.
The first time we did it overnight, things got wicked crazy, you know, around this time. So
Around sunset. Things are looking really good today.
Yes.
We have the motor on because we don't have a lot of wind. We're just barely moving along at 5 knots now.
Yeah, and we'd like to get there tomorrow, not next week.
Yeah. Nap lights and our steaming hoist.
Dragging yourself down. Why? Well, there ain't much time left to figure things out. Deep underneath all the laser, your doubts. There's a heart gone out of rhythm in despair. Held underwater, fire for it.
Yeah, you can see you're flopping really good right there.
The wind is just continuing to not really be helpful. So I think we're gonna turn up and drop the main and just go under motor until the situation changes.
It's a bummer, but I think it's probably the best choice. That way we don't have to worry about an accidental jibe.
And because we're a catamaran, our spreaders are swept back instead of directly sideways. So this is as far as our boom can go. It can't go all the way forward, really captured. So going dead downwind is not the best point of sail for a catamaran.
I'm honestly really curious how much speed we're gonna drop once we drop the main.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious as well. But you know, we'll turn on the port engine and make up any difference we have. Okay, dropping that.
Beautiful.
All right, so we have dropped the main and gotten back underway. And we're doing about the same speed, maybe a little bit better, but effectively it just doubled our fuel consumption. So, but it beats beating the crap out of your main. So there's that. And then worrying about jibing. And I can make all kinds of excuses of why this is a better idea, but it makes us happy. And that's what counts. We are crossing the Straits of Florida. And man, is it busy here at night. Cruise ships, tankers, cargo, just freaking everything. I think we are now assuredly in the Gulf Stream. Taking good time, I guess. If it looks like I'm coming in low, that's on purpose. I'm not exactly, I mean, I know the Gulf Stream's 2.5-ish knots right now, at least according to the predicted wind. So I'm aiming a little bit low in case it does push us a little higher. It gives me a little more wiggle room. Plan at least.
So far, so good. Daniel just got up after his shift, and now we are
Sailing.
bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
And sailing.
Yeah, we turned off the engine, and I wanted to wait for Daniel to get up before actually raising the sails, and I didn't want to get him up in the middle of his sleep shift to do that, so rested Daniel's a happy Daniel.
This is true too. But yeah, so we are now 25 hours in to our sail. It looks like we have another 4 hours to go. It's a beautiful morning. It's been calm conditions all night. We've motored through the night, and now we're sailing. Hooray! Give those engines a break.
You know, I'm honestly a bit disappointed. Like, I don't know, for some reason getting to Florida makes it feel like it's over, like the adventure's done. But in reality, this adventure is concluding and we're just going to start the next one. So it's like disappointing because it's like, oh, that chapter's over, but then it's also like, oh my God, it's so exciting because the next chapter is going to begin. You know, like I have mixed emotions. I'm a little bit clumped, actually. Aww. Yeah, like it's strange feeling, very, very strange feeling.
Yeah, we've just spent the last 4 months of our lives in a different country, learning a different lifestyle and doing a different thing. And while part of that is going to continue, this is the end of a chapter, but the beginning of a new one. So be different. It'll be very different.
How beautiful and pokey.
Very pokey. Very, very pokey. The Portuguese man of war, not a Ziploc bag. What's going on?
So I think Winston needs to go potty. We've been on the boat for quite a while now, and he's got to go, which means I've got to take him. I don't want to lose him, but I don't want to lose me either. I just hope he goes, you know, to go through all the trouble, and then he doesn't go because it's all rocky and different. Underway. Success. We can do multiple days now, right?
That's right. Let's just keep going forever. Well, the wind is continuing to round off our nose and the Gulf Stream is still pushing us further and further north. So we need a little help, and good thing we have an engine.
We're losing a lot of speed because now we're sailing into the wind somehow, and we don't have as much push on the current, and we're gonna miss our mark if we don't get some speed going.
It's a good thing we have an engine.
Rested. That means we got some good wind this season, but I've seen worse, so there's that too. Is usually very nice and relaxing for me, but not right now. A lot of traffic in there. Maybe they'll all leave before we get there. Passing marker 4 right now. There we go. We're in the channel, so we should have less influence from the current, the coastal current.
As we draw closer to Florida, we are filled with a sense of accomplishment. We not only left our own country in our own sailboat, but also experienced storms, equipment failure, and dragging anchor in 40-knot winds, to name a few. The challenges we faced made the water that much bluer and the sunny days that much prettier. There were times our spirit was broken and we didn't think we could make it back to Florida. But alas, here we are. While we are excited to celebrate the win, we are saddened by the knowledge that our Bahamas trip is over. This was our first big trip, proving to ourselves that we can do this. And now that we're in Florida, we don't want it to end. We contemplate the end of this chapter and become excited with the beginning of another.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, fans of all ages, we're stopped. We are finally stopped. After 1 day and hours, we'll put that in, and 193 miles, we're stopped. I think we're about to fall apart. I think showers are next, and food, and some sleep. I think that's not necessarily in those order.
Go ahead, like and subscribe to join us in our next adventure.